I've played Guild Wars 2 for over 20,000 hours, and I've learned a whole lot and collected just about everything in the game, so it's a perfect time to go round again. Join me in the adventures of my completely fresh account known only as the Microtransaction Enjoyer, on the quest of obtaining and unlocking everything in the game, from legendary gear and mounts to living world story episodes, maps, and ultimate gem store quality of life, purely through efficient and somewhat sensible gameplay. No real money required. Here we are on our beautiful, you're back, Blue, welcome back. We're on our fresh account, 1 mastery rank, 1 PvP rank, we've got 1 on everything now, and 100 AP. I'm putting in the work here, putting in the work. So, today we continue the journey on kind of leveling up this account, getting it where it needs to be. And today, on this amazing episode of Zero to Hero, I think I'm just going to focus on a lot of meta events. I want to get my account fully unlocked and ready for instance content. So I'm going to try and get enough gold. To finish off our build, which is going to be this Celestial Firebrand setup. And then after that, then we can maybe have a go at some instance content. Or that might be for another time, because I am very tired today, so I'm actually not planning on playing that long. Or streaming that long. I am absolutely worn out. I kind of think I maybe shouldn't have streamed today, but that is okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we might as well get into it. Let's go. I'm not doing the story. We're not doing the story, gamers, although there are some Ascended pieces that could be useful. Could be useful. But yeah, the good news is that, well, 1, we're getting dailies now. I believe I can use the trading post as well. I think I can anyway. Let's see. Oh, are you kidding me? 1 day. Okay, I still can't use the trading post, which is a bit unfortunate. So actually finishing our account is going to be a bit of a challenge, but that's all right. We can deal with that. You know, we can handle that. Okay, we can survive it. But oh yeah. Oh wait. Oh, perfect timing. Actually, we arrived just in time for the. Wait, what the hell? The Pinata's getting away. Are we about to lose Pinata on EU? Fortunately, that does not appear to be the case. So yeah, the Pinata is not going to defeat us. And here we go. Great start. One of the best meta events you can do. As you can see, very quick. We get our big reward, our big loot coming in there. We got our Oasis chest, 3 rares, which is really good. Can pick the Amalgamated Gemstone too. Didn't win the confetti here. Get some really big luck there. Huge RNG and get a big high roll. And that's kind of one of the events that's really good to do basically every day. There's a lot of events in Guild Wars 2 that have this kind of ultra high roll component to them. And, well, they typically drop like a rare cosmetic item, like a rare infusion, which is like an effect around your character. And they can be worth thousands of gold. So doing that sort of thing, it's pretty good. It is pretty darn good. Because if you do luck out, which, you know, if you play for long enough is fairly likely to happen, right? Like if you do this stuff kind of every day, you might eventually get something good, right? It's going to be a big payoff. And they're still good to do anyway, right? As you can see, you get a good chunk of items. Hopefully my account value thing is going to update dynamically as well. It should do, actually, by the way. It should refresh every 5 to 10 minutes and get the new value of how much gold we're worth with all the new items. So let's see how much we're going to go. For the next episode, I'm actually going to have like a little number underneath it in green or red if we've increased or decreased our account value. It should basically always be green unless something really weird happens, because sometimes some items don't count. But yeah, like it should be, broadly speaking, going up as we make more and more gold every single day. It's good. It's very, very good indeed. Let's see, what will be the thing to do next? Ooh, now we actually do have Chak Gerent coming up, actually. So I think Chak Gerent's going to be the play. I don't have the... I need to go and do this, probably after Chak Gerent, actually, I think. Maybe just before the Octovine. I need to go and unlock... wait, what is it? I need to do Timberline. I need to do Timberline, Gendaran Fields, and also Dredgehorn, right? Because I need to unlock the maps for the Anomaly. Doing that Anomaly every single day is going to be really, really good, if possible. So we need to definitely get on that. And I've got to be watching out. I've got to be watching out for daily Mystic Forger as well, right? We've got to try and get these dailies on. That's like a free 2 gold. That's a possibility. Honestly, weirdly enough, I think the best way to do that is actually PvP. Like just play 1 game. If you play 1 game of unranked today, you can probably get rank points, PvP rated game winner, and then also PvP kills all in one. So that's like a really good thing to do too, to make that happen as well. PvP with the feedmen, yes. You know, like 1 daily game of PvP for instant dailies. Probably some high value there. Not too bad at all. Of course, there's a few approaches you can take here. Like you can do world versus world, or you can do PvE, or you can do the PvE ones. The PvE ones, they're often a little bit more inconvenient to do. Like the PvP and world versus world ones, typically very, very easy. Very efficient to get that done. But let's get into some Chak Gerent next. Okay, we're just going to kind of go through all of the key meta events, because key meta events, this is going to be like the backbone of your gold income, especially as a new player. Like all this stuff is very, very high value, very, very chill, very relaxed, right? And that kind of makes it perfect. Makes it perfect when you're getting into the game, when you're figuring out what the hell's going on. Leveling up your characters and making sure all that stuff is good. Oh yeah, we can't do the mushroom lane because we don't have the bouncy mushroom mastery yet. So let's go ahead and actually go over to Ogre. Ogre is the AFK lane. It's the AFK time. Let's go. And yeah, we'll do Dragonstorm as well in around 36 minutes. Dragonstorm is actually pretty much the best thing to do right now. It actually might even be better than Fractals. In fact, obviously you're going to do it once a day, but the gold per hour you're going to get from that is pretty ridiculous actually, in the current situation. So yeah, that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, you know, you definitely want to get into that. Pretty ridiculous gold. Like a lot of the materials and some of the useful items that come out of Dragonstorm are very valuable right now because of legendary weapons. And that's kind of like a good rule. Like, if you're a new player, and, well, you might not know what items go into legendaries, but one of the things that you can definitely do is kind of look at the recipes for legendary weapons. If you see an item that is involved in legendary weapons, there's a pretty good chance that it's worth something, and you might be able to sell it to another player. In general, like the economy in Guild Wars 2 is actually very heavily driven by legendary weapons. Okay, let's get this Chak Sapper. And while we're doing this, like there's a bit of a customary thing that people do in the Guild Wars 2 community. You kind of AFK and wait for the event to actually start. Now, the thing is that we're not going to do that because, you know, we're terribly impoverished and we're very new to the game. So as a result of that, we're just going to just keep fighting things, right? We're just going to continuously fight things and try and bait players into also fighting things here. Because this means we can just like squeeze out a little bit more gold. This is particularly true if there happen to be any hero points nearby. Because you might notice if you mouse over the hero point, it says repeat this challenge for a reward. And you can definitely like snag yourselves a few pieces of unidentified gear. A little bit of extra loot while you're waiting for an event. And hey, you're playing the game, right? You know? You're playing the game. This is the, you know, like, why would you want to AFK? Don't AFK before your events. Get out there and do something. It doesn't have to be fighting mobs. You could literally grind mobs if you want to. They actually do drop good loot, like crafting materials and so on a lot of the time. You obviously don't have to do that, though. You could just run around gathering stuff, right, or doing whatever. But, you know, if you're really thinking about trying to progress your account, then you want to optimize your uptime, right? You want to keep grinding. You got to keep the grind going the entire time, right? Open chests. You can harvest, right? Kill stuff. Do some extra events. Do hero points while you're waiting. Whatever you're going to do, because like you can see that we're just getting a little bit of loot, and it's not going to be that much, but it's going to add up, right? Like as we keep doing this, it's going to add up. And let's see what we actually got from this. Yeah, you can see that we got 3 recovered scar chests. Basically, these things, they're just going to have like a bit of gear. We actually got a rare from some of these too, which is really nice. Like you don't always get rares, but yeah, we're getting a good chunk of rares there. We actually just made like a decent chunk of gold from doing that hero point, so it's like a nice piece of advice to get that going. Huge money. I actually don't have any, I don't have that many leyline crystals just yet, so I'm a little bit impoverished in that regard, but as we do more of these events, we'll be able to get more value out of them. That's another thing that's a little bit unusual about Guild Wars 2, actually, is that as you start to play content more, the content will reward you more, right? So, you know, like the first time, you might not be able to access all of the chests and open all the loot, but as you keep doing it, you'll be able to do that by engaging with stuff like currency systems and all that sort of stuff, and you'll be able to get more and more loot. The more you play, the more you get. Huge. Become addicted to the game, my friends. Do it. We actually need to get rid of this. Oh yeah, we can just delete all this stuff. It's 1 copper. I don't think I can be bothered to sell that. Maybe I can, though. Maybe you care about the 1 copper. I don't care about the 1 copper, so I'm just going to get rid of all of that. Oh, we can actually put some stuff in the bank as well. I think I'm actually just going to use my Bank Access Express to do exactly that. Because we don't really need all of this stuff right now. Let's see. What don't we need currently? It's actually a good question. Maybe I do need this. We can probably put this statuette away. We can put the Firebrand helmet there. Look at this Inventory management, gamers. I don't think we're going to use the booster anytime soon. Oh, Mystic Salvage Kit. We could definitely put that in our shared inventory slot there. That's going to be pretty useful. We can use this. I'm just going to get anything. Doesn't really matter what we pick. But yeah, oh yeah, we can put this die pack there. Don't need that. Same with the celebratory die pack. We can use the teleport to friends. Celebration booster can chill out over there as well. We can get rid of the revive orb. Can delete this bag. Well, look, we've got to actually play the game now, so that will about do it. That is just about going to do it for now. Let's get to it. Yeah, I have to do inventory management. I think I'm just going to hit deposit here. I don't have that's actually one of the things that is such a big convenience, such a big quality of life, is having access to a merchant wherever you are. Like, that's why having the Ecto Gamble. I'm going to get the Ecto Gamble vendor on this character. That's huge. That is actually huge. We're going to Ecto Gamble big on this guy. Because, yeah, getting access to that permanent vendor is absolutely insane. Like, being able to sell junk wherever you are is really, really convenient. Very nice indeed. It's Ecto Gamble time. Don't want to get out of control here. Look at that. Dodging that attack. Wow. We're just putting in the work here. Oh, didn't dodge that, though. Unlucky. We do have stability, though. That's the good news. And as you can see, right, like the good news about this build is that even though it isn't perfect just yet, we're still able to actually do something useful, right? Like, we're already getting our quickness uptime up. I think my post-processing is on for some reason. The game looks incredibly bright. Don't know how that's happened. But yeah, I am using Guild Wars 2 launcher, so sometimes settings can be a little bit unusual when you're dealing with multiple accounts. I think we are in the weird zone currently, but it's okay. Let's go take out this giant insect. The giant insect is going down. It is going down. We actually are probably going to get our one burn here, aren't we? Looks very likely. Take it out. Kill the bug. You know, I need to actually, you know, I'm actually really curious. I kind of want to install Arc DPS just to see, like, how effective this really is. Because I actually imagine that our damage is pretty decent here, to be honest with you. Not bad, not great, obviously, because we are playing a support build, not a full DPS build, and we don't have proper runes or sigils set up yet. But it's probably not half bad. Like, Celestial, just auto-attacking, is actually going to, you know, really bring a lot of DPS to the table, which is quite nice. Okay. And there it is. This one is down. Got him. Oh, look at that. 25 achievement points as well. We're looking good. We are looking great. Arc. Yeah, I actually will. I'm not going to install it this time, but probably in the next run, I will actually get some Arc DPS. Get a little bit of Arc DPS going, so we can actually we can kind of look at our performance, right? Because like looking at our performance is really important, I think, and kind of understanding like how we can improve is going to be good. That's a very important metric, I think, for new players, is to actually have the option, or at least the understanding of how you can go about looking at your gameplay and improving your gameplay. Very important. Boom! Look at all that loot. Okay, it's actually going to spam us with a whole bunch of stuff for some collections, I guess, too. We don't need to really worry about that too much. Don't need to worry about that. We're good. Another amalgamated gemstone. Boom. There we go. Very nice. Oh, nice. We can get some birthday cake here. This is, by the way, a food. You'll see this all over the place a lot of the time. Players drop it down. Eat it if you don't have any food. Just gives you a bunch of extra stats and magic find and karma find and more XP. So, I mean, look. What's not to love? Yeah. Could beg for gold. Okay. You know, should we actually... No, I'm not doing that. I'm not begging for gold. I was always like, wait, what? Should we actually do that? Should we actually beg for gold in map chat? Then I thought, no, this is inappropriate. It's beneath us to do that. It's beneath us to beg for gold at chat. Don't be ridiculous. I'm not doing it. No. Not begging for gold. Fungal Fighter? Well, Fungal Fighter would also be pretty good, I think. That would also be mildly amusing, but that isn't what we're doing here. We are the Frugal Fighter. We're ready to go. We're firing our Chak laser beam. Okay, great. So now we're in, and we can actually go ahead and, because we got these Chak acids, this is a very common thing. There's a lot of chests in Guild Wars 2, and a lot of the time you'll get keys for those chests by playing the map. For example, we have these crystallized supply caches on this map, and the key to that chest are these, the vial of Chak acid. You'll always be able to see, well, usually anyway, how many keys for the map chest that you have by looking at your wallet here. It'll be right at the bottom. It will typically show up there. Any currency associated with the map will be here. This is important to kind of keep track of because Guild Wars 2 is a game that has a lot of currency stuff, like in currency management, lots of different things that interact with different maps. So kind of learning how this works is definitely a key skill when it comes to getting rich in the game. and understanding how the economy works, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, there it is. Boom. Love to see that. Very, very nice indeed. Absolutely insane. We've got 2 more keys. We should be able to open basically everything. But yeah, inside this, we're just getting some identified gear, bunch of random materials, and some of this stuff is good for legendaries as well, or rather required for legendaries down the line. So might as well start harvesting this at least every single time we do Chak Gerent. And of course, you can buy more. Oh, I don't think I can talk to this guy yet, can I? Yeah, I actually can't buy more Chak acid from him because I don't have the mastery to speak to this frog. Unlucky. Very, very unlucky indeed. Right, it's Octovine. Octovine is next. But actually, that's a really good call. Before we go to the Octovine... Well, I actually can't go to Arborstone yet. I actually might quickly play through the story off stream because I don't really want to play through the entire story until damn Arborstone on stream. That's going to take me like 10,000 years. And again, just so everyone's kind of clear on the premise of this account, the premise of this account is that you are a player who's basically just played through the story, right? We've just finished the story. We're a new player. We're fresh. We're ready to go. Story is completed, and we're ready to go to the next level, the next stage of the adventure, which is essentially progressing our account and building our account up. So I'm assuming that the position most players are going to be in is story is basically done, few maps unlocked, right? Level 80, we've got our booster gear, and we're ready to game. I'm just going to actually complete these events because we can get ourselves some keys, I think, because we really want to get some keys to actually open the chests on this next event. You're probably seeing a little bit of a running theme. It is time to open chests. And you know what? Look, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off right now. This is actually how a lot of Guild Wars 2 rewards work, is that you do bosses, you fight enemies, and then you open chests. This is like a very common thing that you're going to see throughout the open world all over the place. So, yeah, get used to it. Get ready for some serious chest opening. Get those dopamine hits as you open up loads of boxes at the end. Like some boxes are going to spawn when you finish the final boss. And boom, get ready to press F and open all of them. It's going to be great. Yeah, and opening boxes as well, like containers. Because as you can probably see here, we actually have a lot of things. Look, you can see these recovered chests. So we actually have chests even... Look, there are so many chests in this game. They're even in our inventory. Look at all these chests. So... this is where things can get a little bit annoying on the inventory management side, because all of these chests are actually going to have stuff in them, sometimes more than one thing. So what you actually might want to do is wait until you're next to a vendor so you can sell stuff, or sell stuff on the trading post. I'm actually very inclined to not open any of these chests just yet, because unfortunately my account is so new, I actually can't sell stuff properly on the trading post just yet. So I'm actually not going to open the chest, because it would just fill my inventory, and it would be very difficult for me to clear it efficiently anyway, because I actually can't sell stuff properly just yet, because that's another thing to watch out for. If you're a new player, you want to be selling stuff to other players. Selling to the vendor is good sometimes, and, you know, often can actually be pretty okay, but here's a fun example for you. So... do not get baited by the vendors. So if we take a look at this, we'll actually just complete this event, and then we're going to talk about this, because this is unbelievably important. You could potentially be losing 90% gold if you aren't aware of this. All right, prepare to learn important things. So let's take a look at this item. You can see the vendor price here. We mouse over it, and it says 2 silver and 6 copper. That's how much an NPC will pay if we sell this item. Now, if we right-click and go sell at the trading post, we can see how much a player would pay for this item. And again, my trading post is denied, so I have to scroll down and find it. But if we go here, we can actually see that this same item that we could have sold to an NPC for 2 silver, we can actually sell to another player for 18 silver. So that is actually kind of 9 times, a little bit under 9 times the amount of gold we can earn by selling this to other players. This is absolutely non-optional, right? Like, well, I mean, unless you want some kind of like crazy ultra hardcore challenge where you just make no gold. The key to making gold in Guild Wars 2 is interacting with other players and selling items to them through the trading post. This is actually like a very common problem that, or kind of like mistake that new players make. They'll vendor everything because, you know, that's something that you can actually do in other MMOs. You know, you do this a lot in World of Warcraft, right, for example. And a lot of players will do this. Do not do this in Guild Wars 2. You are going to be really sad when you find out how much gold you just threw away, right? Make sure that you are selling to other players. You're going to make so much more gold by doing that. So yeah, watch out for that. Yeah, do not sell stuff to, do not sell infusions to the vendor. I would not recommend that. I might just go around quickly unlocking some other waypoints and kind of just on the lookout for some events to complete while we wait for this next big event. So this is something that's, it's kind of like, this is, once you do a few of these, you're going to get an idea for, like, the flow of the game. The way a lot of open world content is, it's like a big train. That's why it's called the meta train, right? Like, and each boss is like a station. And the train takes a while to arrive, then the boss starts, you take out the boss, then you move on to the next one. That's basically a broad principle of how Guild Wars 2 open world is. Everything is scheduled, and you can see when everything's going to happen. There's a really good website for this. You can actually buy a gem store item that tells you when events are going on. But if you don't have that just yet, just Google Guild Wars 2 event timer, and it will take you to this wiki page, and it will tell you all of the events that are going on right now. And you can actually click here, and that will give you the waypoint. So you can just copy that into the game. It will link you to the waypoint, like a little chat code. For example, here we're doing the Octovine right over here. And if we just paste this in game like this, you'll see that it will link the waypoint. And then we can just click on that, and it will take us to the waypoint that we can immediately get to. That's like a really good way to interact with stuff like this. Very convenient. Very, very good. We love to see it. We absolutely do. And this, again, is just, it's all scheduled. You can find out there. It's a bit overwhelming when you're looking at it for the first time, but you'll get a feel for it pretty quickly, and you'll be able to navigate you through all this stuff. Absolutely no problem. Yeah, you can also do /wiki et, and that will get you event timer, because, again, it's on the wiki, right? The wiki is amazing, by the way. If you're a new player and you aren't using the wiki, okay, then wow. What are you doing? What are you doing? You definitely want to make sure you're using the wiki. The wiki is... look, I'm going to flex a little bit here, okay? Well, not me personally, I guess, but certainly the Guild Wars, the people who maintain that wiki. That wiki is genuinely... I think it's the best wiki for any game I've ever seen. And I think I can say that without exaggeration, actually. Because, you know, I played other games. I played WoW, for example, is the big one. Honestly, I actually don't like Wowhead that much. I think Wowhead isn't as good as the Guild Wars 2 wiki. It's just, sometimes there's, like, missing information, right? Like, you don't know what the hell's going on, right? Like, there are missing mechanics on bosses and stuff like that. Like, I'm not a huge fan, right, of it. Yeah, oh, that is true. The old school wiki is excellent, actually, right? It's really good, and very, very detailed, actually. But the Guild Wars 2 one, the Guild Wars 2 wiki is absolutely huge. It is amazing. Very well maintained, has infinite information. It is sick. Definitely check it out. It's fantastic stuff. I'm just going to grab the final waypoint here, and then we will initiate the Octovine. When you're kind of getting into these meta events, and you haven't done them for the first time, you might go, whoa, what the hell is going on? And some of them are a little bit complicated, but the good news about open world in Guild Wars 2 is that usually there's a lot of players who have done it a lot. Like, the content is kind of designed to be farmed, and because of that, you can learn from other players pretty easily, right? Because there'll always be enough players to get the event done a lot of the time. Almost all the time, open world events succeed. And this gives you a good chunk of freedom, actually, to kind of just hang out and just chill and learn the game. And if you do have any questions, look, this is a big thing, right? Not enough people do this. Just ask people in map chat. If you don't know how an event works and you go, oh, wow, what am I supposed to be doing here, right? I think it's always just a good thing. Just ask, right? Just ask. And then people will try and help you. Look, dude, I was actually going to try and solo this, but that's actually going to be impossible, as a helper has arrived. A helper has arrived. Now, this guy, a lot of mobs have, like, very, I guess, kind of, like, regular telegraphs. So this guy, we just don't want to be in his role to get hit by that. And we also don't want to be on his front or his ass, because he's going to do shockwaves to the front and the rear. So as long as we kind of stay on the side and dodge through him, see that? There's the shockwave. As long as we just stay on the side and dodge through him, we should be able to not get hit by anything, as you can see there. Getting the job done there very nicely. And again, we just get another hero point. Getting another hero point is great, because it's just going to give us a little bit more loot. A little bit more loot, a few more of these pieces of gear. So the way Guild Wars 2 drops are working here as well, by the way, is that you don't get individual items on their own. You actually get this concept of unidentified gear, and then you can click on it to turn it into a real item. So this is basically like a convenience feature that ArenaNet added. Instead of giving you all the loot in separate entities, you have like a stack of these things, and then you can open them, and then you'll turn into the item, right? So for example, if I click this, it will give me a blue item. If I click this, it will give me a green item, and it will use up one of them, right? And if I do this with this yellow item, this rare item, it will do the same thing. Now, the fun thing about this is that sometimes it actually upgrades. For example, if we do this enough times, we'll actually get a... Well, oh, I need to stop doing that. My inventory is going to get absolutely wrecked. If you keep doing that, you're going to get green items sometimes. And sometimes you're going to get, like, exotic items or, like, really high-tier items from the rare stuff as well. So that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. All right. So this event basically means we have to fight 4 of these little mini-bosses around this city, and each one has a slightly different mechanic. For example, the one that we're going to do here, we have to push a bomb into it to blow it up. Another one you have to turn into a mushroom and explode on it. Another one you have to kind of spray it with weed killer, basically. And another one you have to just throw bombs at to damage. So with this bomb, we can actually use our control skills like knockbacks and stuff to move this bomb. And at the same time, there are going to be things trying to stop us. Like these things are basically invulnerable. They put down like things that entangle the bomb and slow it down and do a lot of damage. The floppers flop on you, as you can see there, and steal all your boons, and the trigger blossoms explode. So, as you can see, some Guild Wars 2 meta events and bosses like this, they actually often do have like a fair bit of complexity to them, right? But fortunately, a lot of the time players kind of know what they're doing, and it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So we're actually going to move forwards here and try and hook the bomb with our axe. There we go. And now we're nearly done. We just got to nudge it again. It might get entangled here. Oh, it does. Yeah, that's very unfortunate, actually. That sucks. We can use a bit of our crowd control here on our 3rd tome, though, to help out with that as much as we possibly can. And give people... Wait, no, that was not me, okay? Look, what is going on? Can push it in. I actually might just go for... Oh, no, there we go. We got 1 bomb. We got it 3 times now. 3 times. Let's go. Okay. Ooh, I'm going to try and hook it. There we are. Nice. Oh, I actually kind of screwed up there. I pulled it into the immobilization, but... Usually, you're always going to get a little bit of immobilization on this fight. There we go, we got the break. Now, these bombs are actually a bit spooky, because they can actually destroy the bomb as well. But fortunately, we were able to quickly push through it. And now we need 1 more here as well. And the final gimmick of this encounter is that you need to actually have all of them die at the same time, right? Or rather, all of them need to be dead within 2 minutes of the first one that dies. So it's kind of like a little bit of a team coordination baked into this as well. You'll see that fairly commonly in Guild Wars 2 events. So, you know, watch out for that. Remember, you're not the only player on the map. Okay, good. So now we're good to go here. We are good to go. Or are we? Oh. There we go. Let's see if we can kill this one in 1 go. I think we probably can. That's kind of what I'm thinking here anyway. I don't have any, you know... We don't have any alacrity. It's because I'm not in the squad. This is a mistake, though. I'm joining the squad. Let me in. Wait, oh, there's only 5 people in the squad. Wow. Not the most organized map in the universe. You know what? That's okay. I now have more boons, and I'm pretty happy about it. Always join the squad, gamers. Don't forget. I actually forgot to join because usually I'm the one making the squad. Ha! So, yeah, that's a little bit forgetful on my part there. But looks like we are actually going to be able to get the kill in 1 go. Some good damage from our gamers here, blasting away, and there we go. And looks like the other teams are also doing a good job, and they're nearly done with their Octovine too. Very nice. Will you buy a command tag? Yes, buying a command tag will actually be one of the first things I buy. I might even buy it before story. Commander tag is one of the best things you can purchase in the entire game. It is one... oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that's really annoying, actually, isn't it? Yeah, it is one of the best investments you can possibly make as a new player. Not even a joke. The ability to actually make your own... the ability to make your own groups is insanely high value. Oh, great. And this is why I should not have opened all of those unidentified gears, because now I'm getting absolutely trolled here, which is not ideal. Tips on how to make liquid gold. Complete content, sell stuff on the trading post. Oh, that's just brilliant. Right, we're in trouble here. It's okay, though. Right, we're going to go quickly do Dragonstorm after this. But let me... Oh, wait. Oh, no, I can't... Can I talk to this guy? Okay, right. Okay, yeah, I can. Oh, thank goodness for that. I can actually sell stuff. All right, we've got to sell a few of these items here so we can actually have our inventory hinged. Do I actually have it? I might not have access to that many chests because, again, I don't have that many keys. It's going to give me a few keys, so we're good in that regard. It's going to sell these blues for now. In general, I'd sell them on the trading post, but, well, or salvage them or something like that, but we can't do that time around. It's going to sell some of this stuff. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Sell that mace. I don't know why it's scrolling down every time. That's kind of annoying. Let's see. What can we master? Ah, really good one. Updraft use. Perfect. Great. Bouncing mushrooms. I think that's going to actually be the next key unlock. Yeah, it definitely is. Let's go ahead and grab bouncing mushrooms. Exalted. We're actually nearly done with Exalted Law 2, actually. So we could... that's pretty good. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Yeah, these ones are all... The ones that are marked with this star, you kind of need them to progress the story, so they're extra important. Oh, I think I missed the bonus loot here. We better go do the bonus loot. Selling the green medallions? I think I did sell them. Yeah, I did sell the green medallions. Selling green medallions is good. Oh, I've kind of trolled here a little bit. I don't think I can actually get that yet, can I? I think you need a mastery for this, right? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we need Exalted Purification, yep. Okay, but we can do the hero point. Oh, no. Get it. Apply boons. Yep, easy. Nice. Got it. Remember, hero points, repeating hero point. Look, see, look at that. We repeated that hero point, and it's going to give us this Lost Arms of an Auric hero. As you can see here, we open that, and it's going to give us a rare and some of the map currency. And we have 11 of these keys, so we actually can't open every single one of the chests. There's like a zillion chests in this city that we just saved from the attackers. So we can't open everything. What we can do is open the really good ones, right? So we want to go for the... Well, I mean, look, you can kind of use your brain here, right? The really big ones, those are the ones you want to go for, right? And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to try and do the really big ones and maybe some of the great ones to these medium ones. Because, of course, yeah, we want to make sure we're getting the value out of our keys. Again, we get... after a lot of meta events, you're going to get what's called a Hero's Choice chest, and it will have a bunch of valuable items in them. Always look up or ask people what the best is here. For example, this Auric Dust and Auric Sliver, these are basically worthless, whereas the Amalgamated Gemstone is worth around 80 silver. So make sure you pick the right one here. There are definitely some very questionable choices that the game kind of lets you make. So make sure that you actually go ahead and do just that. Otherwise, you are going to get memed. The game is going to troll you. You're going to get griefed, and that's not good. If I do get hyper rare drops, by the way, because doing all these meta events, there is a chance I get a hyper rare drop. And I will actually go ahead and just flat out give it to the guild. I'll give it to my guild, which we use to run community events and fun stuff like that. So yeah, I will just give it away. Basically, I'm not going to be using any kind of extreme RNG. If there's like some kind of really lucky thing that happens to me, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to simply give it away. Because that's kind of defeats the point, right? Like, yeah, sure, you can kind of high roll, right? You can high roll and get like 10k gold in one go, but that's not really a very accurate representation of playing the game. I'm just going to get the big ones here. The medium ones are all right, but honestly, just getting the big ones is the really important thing. I'll just skip all the rest, I think. We'll just go get... I'll actually save up a few keys, right, when we do this next. All right, and that's our final chest. And let's go ahead and leap into a Dragonstorm. So this event is actually probably... This actually might be straight up the best gold per hour in the entire game right now. I am not even joking.